Hi, I'm Roger with Practically Outdoors. This is video number 1 of my Kits Within a Kit series, and let's get to it. Video number 1 is my safety kit, my first aid kit. Basically, this is a Walmart kit that's been modified with what I think needs to be in it for myself when I'm out in the bush. You can make yours up pretty much any way you want them, any size you want them. I love this one because of the size. It's about 3 by 4 by about 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick, and it can hold a lot of stuff, believe it or not, and I'll show you that right now. Some of the things you want when you're out in the bush right away is if you are hurt, you want some bandages, you know, like you cut your finger, you know, you're always using a knife most of the time in the bush, so get bandages, like to have them. This is a clotting sponge. If you accidentally cut your finger pretty bad, or you get into yourself with an axe in the leg or foot or something like that, you can put this on, and you can either dump it out or just put it on your skin, and it'll kind of like clot the blood that's coming in, and it'll buy you some time to get to the hospital or to get some stitches or whatever you need, especially if you hurt that bad. Other things that I keep in there that, like I said, you won't normally find in a first aid kit are like a little flashlight. If you need to see what you're doing in the dark, pulling out slivers or wood ticks or things like that, this is really nice to have. Some more cotton swabs. They're just basically cotton balls. They can be used as fire tinder or just stuff for, you know, put them in earplugs if you need to. They can be used to, well, whatever you use a cotton ball for, you know, like wiping up little, you know, sopping up some blood or things like that. Just nice to have in your kit. Earplugs, because I sleep with guys that snore a lot and I like to get a good night's sleep. Nice to have those. Let's see what else we got here. I got a roll of tape that combines good with like a gauze bandage. I've just got a couple more earplugs in there. These go well together if you got to make a splint, or if you got to wrap a wound or something like that on your wrist or your arm or things like that. So these really go well together. A few over-the-counter medications, things like diarrhea medication, Imodium, some antihistamines, some painkillers, a little bit of anti-nausea, things that kind of would really make an evening or a weekend in the bush kind of unbearable. That this could really, you know, get you through, you know, kind of perk up your spirits, really. Some alcohol swabs, some antiseptics, great to have if you got a cut or band or even some bug bites or things like that. Alcohol swabs work really well for cleaning bug bites and things like that. Some extra medication. Oh, sorry, yeah, medication here. This is a Robax over-the-counter muscle relaxant. If I find that I wake up in the morning, I'm stiff from sleeping on uneven surfaces or a hammock that kind of twisted me up, something like this really kind of loosens me up for the day, and I'm not suffering all afternoon with a stiff neck or something like that. Some more wound dressings, just different sizes, butterfly bandage, pair of tweezers, always great for pulling out slivers, wood ticks, bug bites, stingers, things like that. You know, so these are great to have all the time. Part of the wound clotting thing is a little tube of super glue. If you do have a small cut, things like that, where you find like you can just take care of it, you know, a little dab of super glue and you pinch the wound and you are good to go. But really not, it's just a stopgap measure that can get wet and can reopen again, and what you want to do is you might want to get it stitched up, so don't rely on these things completely. In here is just another assortment of bandages. I do have a face mask, just a sterile mask, in case you do come into contact with a lot of dust or dust storm or something like that, or you may end up in a spot where somebody is contagious with something that you don't want to catch. Like you're traveling and you really don't want to be sick when you get there or sick when you get home. Like, so this can kind of slow that down. It's just nice to have, mostly for dust. Yeah, so that's basically my personal first aid kit. And like I said, it's convenient. It goes on the top of my backpack. I can get to it quickly, and yeah, very convenient. Stay tuned for my next video, kits within a kit.